Anybody notice that sound a guitar tuning app makes whenever you tune a string? Do we need the sound? Is it essential to the guitar tuning process? I don't care how the guitar sounds when it's tuned. I just want to hear that sound. It's gotten to the point where when my student is tuning, his wife thinks he's at a casino. Honey, did you win something? No, I'm just tuning my guitar again. What about the facial expressions of these YouTubers advertising their video? You know, that one of shock and surprise? What are they so surprised about? Are you surprised at the video you're making? That's a really bold claim. Or maybe they're just genuinely surprised to see a camera somehow taking a photo of them. Wait, I wasn't ready. That's okay, it looks great. Let's post it. Hey everyone, welcome to MT Guitar. Today we're doing the Seinfeld theme song. Well, I had a lot of fun transcribing this. Of course, this is a show that is dear to my heart since childhood. My parents were both huge Seinfeld fans, and so it was always on in the living room after dinner. I've done a few theme songs from shows. They're a ton of fun. I'll leave a link in the description below. I've done The Office and Cheers. And with Seinfeld, those three shows to me are some of the greatest sitcoms ever. Of course, you could call The Office a mockumentary, but it's similar comedy kind of thing. So all three shows are amazing shows, and all three shows incredibly fun to play. Very different. Each one is very different. This one is, I would say, very unique. Jonathan Wolff did the music for this. He basically was working with sampled bass sounds and emulating a slap bass. So it actually wasn't a real bass on that recording until the last season, and then they doubled it with a real bass. So it's quite tough to play in its entirety. Of course, I tried to throw in some other sounds into the guitar part, which make it considerably more difficult. So what I'll do is I'll show you just the basic bass line, and it's really a good challenge to try to play that with good groove and feeling. Now, apparently, according to Larry David and Jonathan Wolff talking about the music, they were trying to sort of set up the improvisatory sort of funk rhythm of stand-up. There wasn't really a clear idea of what the theme would be besides just some funky bass, improvisatory bass. And as the show unfolds, you have variations on that bass. So, as the scene happens, they'll have a transition, kind of like, just another variation on that bass line. So really fascinating, kind of atypical for a show which has sort of like a staple theme song, such as like The Office or Cheers. But in this case, the theme is always kind of changing as the stand-up routine is changing. And it's interesting to note that because originally, the show was kind of intended as how does a stand-up like Jerry Seinfeld get his material, kind of morphed into a show about nothing, right, as we all know and love. But that was sort of the intention. And so the music is kind of an interesting fact there. So we're going to zoom in and learn this. There'll be a full tab of this on the Patreon. And, I recommend starting with the bass just by itself, which is nice and convenient because it's using the open E, the lowest note. So, it's not a bass, but it's getting, it's getting the lowest notes that we can. So anyway, check out the Patreon. Really appreciate all the patrons there. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. And go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell icon and the thumbs up. Let's jump on in. All right, so we're going to be learning the entire theme song uninterrupted. Now, because of the nature of the stand-up at the beginning of the show, you don't necessarily hear the theme song from beginning to end. You kind of hear it, chopped up and sampled up. So, but, if you listen to the full theme song uninterrupted, this is kind of what we're going to be learning. So, all right, so we're going to start with the bass line here. And I'm just going to do only the bass line. It goes up from E to F sharp, back to E. And then we'll talk about the fills if there's time. But I would just start with the bass line. It's very quick, so I would do this slow. All right, so in order to get going, you want to start with the pickup, which is like this. And then I consider this the main theme. Okay, so we're going to get there in a sec. So first off, to get there, we need to do this. It's actually a lower D, but we're not going to tune down our D string, right? So I would do it in this octave. So it'd be 4th string, 2nd fret, 5th fret bend, and then your pickup riff. All right, so nice and slow would be, it's just a blues pentatonic riff, basically. 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd string. Okay? Then repeat, except go open second string. So now 2, 3, 2 trill, so hammer on, pull off to open. Now you repeat the same thing down an octave like this. So that's open, open, open second, 01, 03. So the whole thing is. That's too fast though if you're just learning, so go slower. All right, now the main riff. Okay, so open, 04, and then you're going to hammer on. You want to put a little gusto in the right hand. So you want to hammer on to be strong and the thumb to be strong. So open, 0 to 4, hammer on, 2, 0, 4, 0, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0. So far we have do da do da da 3, 2, 1. Good. Now 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and then third string open. So so far we have open to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 0. Then the saxophones come in and go da da da. Right, 6 and 5 first and third string, and you hit them twice, slide down a fret, then back up, and then fifth string twice. Then you just repeat the phrase, but this time you start on the second fret, fourth string. You know, it's like a and of 1, so 1 and 2, 3, 4, and everything's the same. Sorry, that was open. Everything's the same. Okay, then we go to F. So in order to go there, you go 4, 6 strings open, then you repeat on F. Let me just play it first. Same exact notes, except up a half step. This time, that riff goes down. Then we can add this in as well. And then, okay, so let me rehash that bass line in F. 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1. And then 1, third string, and then, you know, so 7 and 6, down, and then 8 and 9, slide it down, back up. Then the pickup riff, but this time in F. So that's 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, slur, 6. Then the same thing here. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 4. Then you're in F sharp. Here it is. And then we're going to head back to E. So let's cover that. 2, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Now 4, third fret, slight bend, and then it's kind of a weird thing here, but it goes 4, 0, 0, 5, bend, back to E, which we've covered. Not easy. Da, 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 da. Now, in order to get this part, when we walk up, you bend 5th fret, 4th string, then 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay. The rest of the fills are on the Patreon arrangement, but honestly, I would chew on this for a while. Running this with a metronome is highly recommended. It's very difficult. It doesn't seem like, oh, it's just a bass line, but no, it gave me quite a bit of trouble, and I had to really practice this, okay, slowly and with the metronome. So, a lot of fun to play, but definitely you're going to have to shed some thumb technique and getting that funk rhythm going. So hopefully I didn't go too fast. I know I went pretty fast, but, you know, something to chew over, and I would say, you know, the Patreon would be a good way to check this arrangement out as well. There you go. Enjoy.